To catch up on some time then before my slides come up, I'm Des Prouse. I'm the trustee, one of the trustees and secretary of Goonhilly Heritage Society. When I came here in 1971, this was a buzzing canteen and it was a disco night every Friday, once a month if I remember rightly. I retired from here in 2007. What's Goonhilly Heritage Society? If you just go back one slide. Oh, okay, that's a good place to go. Have you got a... Thank you very much, Ken. Oh, well, we're a voluntary group comprising retirees, which is where it started, former employees and other interested parties. We've got a collective passion for preserving the heritage of this world-famous Goonhilly Satellite Earth Station and providing information and education about the history of the site and the evolution of related communications principles. And it's not working. It is that one, isn't it? Just push it on one, will you? Thank you. Our aims are to create a museum and educational centre to display examples of the technology used over the many years, 50 years or more now, to develop and build related hands-on workbenches, which we call communications technology workbenches, to obtain a permanent location, to become an independent charitable incorporated organisation in due course, and to preserve Goonhilly's heritage. Thank you. And our assets are volunteers, all of us doing it for nothing. We have donated artifacts from many, many people. We try and encourage people clearing their lofts and their garages to send it all to us. In fact, I forgot to bring in a mobile phone from 1970 earlier. We're short of time, never mind that. We are developing communications technology workbenches. I'll show you some examples shortly. We've got masses of historical data, which has been material, which has been donated, documents, photographs, etc. We're collating those and cataloguing them. It's a massive task. We're presently housed in 2 rooms which are kindly loaned to us by GES Limited. So we're very pleased with that. Thank you. On our educational outreach, we want to organise visits by organised groups, and presently we're doing that for Goonhilly Earth Station Limited with work experience students. We want to have occasional open events, which presently we're only doing for retirees. We want a website presence. In fact, we only got the website up yesterday, so you need to come back and see that again in a couple of weeks' time. Tutorial workbenches, I already mentioned. We do go visiting schools and colleges, etc., as STEM ambassadors, science, technology, engineering and maths. 3 of our members are registered with STEM learning, and we've got some interesting things coming up there. Thank you. Next one. This is an example of a microwave workbench. You can't see it very well there, but these are pieces of waveguide which we've set up for pupils to come in and play around putting test signals through these items. This was when it was being built by various retirees over the last couple of years. Next one. Thank you. Some other workbench examples. A network analyzer. If ever you get a chance to come and see us on a Thursday afternoon, pop down to the B site at Goonhilly and see what's going on. Network analyzer, optical workbenches, Inmarsat M terminal, that was usually inside a radome, a bit like this on a ship. But we've got one of those that we're playing around with, trying to get to track satellites. Next one, please. This is just some of the textbooks, etc., that have been donated to us. We're trying to put them together in some semblance of orders. That's our reference library. And we're repairing equipment. We're welcoming groups of work experience students. We're showing off a range of components. It's a waveguide. It's not all about software, by the way. There's lots of hardware in there as well, even though this is all from kind of the 1970s through to the 1990s. Next one, please. I think I've probably run out of time. How are we doing?
You're right.
Okay, well, there is a history bit here because, in fact, this all started in 2006 when BT held a local consultation day. BT was going to close the site, but he didn't want to tell anybody at that time. So we met Andrew George, and I gave him a presentation, local MP for this area, and we came up with 5 key themes for the future. We didn't expect to save the dishes. All of these themes were supported by BT. 2007 January, BT confirmed that cessation of satellite operations on this site, and on my retirement night, 9th of March 2007, it was the birth of Goonhilly New Ventures, which became Goonhilly Heritage Society in 2015. Other retirees with me decided we wanted to have this retirement passion to save the site. In April that year, I introduced Avanti to the site, and they brought new Satcom to the site. The next big satellite band up, the so-called KA band, 30 gigahertz to satellite. 18th of October was the biggest one, 2007. I re-met Ian Jones in London just by chance. We'd worked together 20 years before when he was developing satellite kit and I was trying to evaluate it. He was horrified at the proposed demolition of all the large dishes. He was attracted by my picture of a dish from Yamaguchi in Japan, which had been converted to a radio astronomy dish at that time. He spoke to his brother, Mike, who's an astrophysicist at Oxford, and they came down and saw me, and really the rest is history. We went forward, went to BT, and eventually got them to agree not to knock everything down and use the site as a wind farm, which was their intention. Everything was going to go, apart from number 1, which is a listed building. BT agreed that Ian's company, GES Limited, could lease the dishes. He bought the site from BT in 2014, and Goonhilly New Ventures became Goonhilly Heritage Society in 2015. Last slide. Thank you very much. That's me. If you want any more information, please do see me afterwards. Even if you want to see that 1970s mobile phone, I'll go and get it in a minute. Thank you for your interest.